Hello, everyone, and welcome to Electric Education Center Session 15, Electrical Associations. I asked you at the end of Session 14, where are we going to find the electricians we need? Well, first of all, the SIC codes say that there are 628,000 electricians in the United States. Due to the amount of work coming up because of increased numbers of electric vehicles, windmills, microgrids, and solar PV installations, the government predicts we will need 14% more electricians, which calculates to almost 88,000 more electricians. And don't forget the 3,000 more we need each year to replace the retirees and those that go out on disability, etc. The present administration in the White House is finally in position to address the aged infrastructure in the U.S. Roads, bridges, airports, and the call for 500,000 electric vehicle chargers requires more and more electricians. So where are we going to find the electricians? The number of people in the United States is 334 million, and the population will increase by only 13 million by 2025. The baby boomers are still a major percentage, but they were outnumbered by the millennials since 2019. In 10 short years, every baby boomer will be 65 years or older. That is the 65 to 80 years old group. And guess what that group is going to need? They're going to need hospitals, health care, nursing homes, assisted living facilities. And for the ones in good health, we're going to need condos and recreation, etc. So we need electricians. And that's male and female. There are more and more women entering the electrical trades all the time, and we need more. Let's talk about Generation X. They were born between 1965 and 1980. They're going to have to carry the load, along with the new majority, wait for it, the millennials. Millennials born between 1981 and 1996. Presently, they are the 25 to 40-year-old group. Millennials represent a major talent pool, but it is a group with little apparent interest in the trades. They all went to college. Got to go to college. Well, they all went to college. And now they're paying for it. The millennials generation has surpassed the boomers in numbers, but even though gainful employment is not available, that group still hasn't turned to the trades. Those who have entered the trades bring with them their tablets, their Excel sheets, their apps, and their social media. Surprisingly, they also bring with them their desire to save the planet by addressing the climate change and renewable energy. They know what they want, and one of the things they have initiated is the idea of net zero plus, which transforms existing and new buildings into high performance that produces more energy than they use. So who's going to save the trades and make the money and a good living wage? Generation Z. This is the generation that was born between 1997 and 2012. People who, in the year 2021, are between the ages of 9 and 24. This is the new group who does not want to be saddled with high tuition debt. This is the group that is turning back to high demand trades and the high paying jobs. So how do we attract these workers specifically to the electrical trades? Well, high pay is primary. Job satisfaction and ability to move into leadership positions are key. They're a very impatient group. A somewhat flexible work schedule that allows for family time and family leave when needed are also going to be the norm, not the exception anymore. Remember when professionals were getting sign-on bonuses when they were hired? If you're an employer today, you better find out how that works, because you're going to need it to attract the best employees. And if you don't offer these perks to that employee, they're going to look for someone who does. So all of us in the trades already should not sit around and wait for Gen Z to come riding in on horses to come to us. We must go to them. We have to show them what the electrical trade is all about and where they could fit in. Mentorship is key. Start with the trade shows and bring in not only all the apprentices that are already enrolled in a program post high school, but also bring in the high school students and even more importantly, the middle school students with the promise of receiving exciting career information. By the time they reach the trade show, any trade show they go to, they're going to be hungry and thirsty. So give them a meal ticket, good for use at the show. Use your head. Me and many other employers would gladly contribute $100 towards meal tickets that are printed with our company information, like a business card. And that can be handed out to the young people who are coming to the trade show, and they are the ones that are the future of our business. Contact the local VOTEC schools and the local school districts if you are already in the trades and offer to speak at these trade fairs or the job fairs at the schools. Now, the schools have to do their share also. It's the school's job to teach and inform the students. So go ahead and inform them about the events and happenings in the electrical trades. Actively invite tradespeople to come in and talk to the students. I'd be glad to go to any tech school that contacts me, and I will go and speak to them. You know, in the Philadelphia area, we have a long-established organization, which is the Electrical Association of Philadelphia. Executive Director Sarah Hagee is a social media savvy person, and she pursues several avenues to get the young people educated about and interested in the electrical trades. From my own experiences, I know that Sarah realizes the value of getting the younger people involved and interested in the trades, but she also knows that you don't just schedule a trade show and hope people come in. You have to work at it and promote it. The Electric Association Deputy Director Mayor Malfaris schedules all the bus trips that are sponsored by the electrical supply houses. And these buses bring in hundreds of electrical contractors, electricians, Ibew apprentices, IEC apprentices, as well as trade school and technical school students. And this bus idea that she has is great because it saves all the riders from the hassle of driving and paying tolls, directions, etc. Other associations can do that and even more. All right, Rich, because of let me get back on track here with talking about electricians. Okay, Rich, because of COVID situation and workload or lack of workload and desire to be my own boss, desire to manage my own time, my own work schedule, and take vacation when I want, I've decided to start my own business. So you've decided to jump in the deep end of the pool, as Lady Gaga might say. You have your training, you served your apprenticeship of at least 4 years under a licensed electrical contractor. You've got your tools and a truck and a little bit of work lined up to get you started. There's one last block to check, and that is, how do I get my questions answered? How much should I charge per hour? Where can I shop for contractor insurance? How can I find more work? How can I let people know that I'm available to do work for them? Where can I find employees when I need them? As an aside, I just want to let you know that in a future session, I'll be reviewing the pitfalls and roadblocks and troubles you can run into as I did, and I can give you some advice on how to avoid or handle some of those situations. But the best thing you can do now for your company is to join an association. What is an association? The dictionary defines it as an official group of people who have the same job, aim, or interest. The other members are in the same boat as you, and if you all row in the same direction, you will all get someplace. Let's take these associations one at a time. First and foremost is the IBEW, the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers. You can apply for membership in the local union, generally after reaching your 18th birthday, men and women. However, if you are starting your own company, it does not hurt to listen to what the IBEW has to offer. Get informed. Don't listen to any hearsay or gossip from any of these so-called experts, you know. Get the information yourself and then make your own decision. The IBEW will help you in any way they can, and at the present time, the unions are hurting for employees and applicants just like the rest of the industry. So it's a good time to talk to them. Next is the NECA organization. NECA is the National Electrical Contractors Association. This is another valuable association that has plenty of information, and they work very closely with the IBEW. Next is the IAEI. IAEI is the International Association of Electrical Inspectors. Don't let the name fool you. I'm guessing that only about 25 to 30% of the membership are electrical inspectors. The rest are electricians and/or electrical contractors, engineers, salespeople in the trade, etc. Now, there's an IAEI chapter in every major city in the United States. My local chapter, where I'm a past president as well as a board member for 20 years, is the Benjamin Franklin chapter in Philadelphia. Our chapter provides monthly 2-hour educational presentations along with a dinner meal, and every month there's a different topic. At those meetings, you're in a room with others who are facing the same challenges as you. It's an association where at the meetings you can discuss pay rates or advertising or utility service questions or overcurrent protection, safety on the job, and much, much more. First thing for you to do is to look up iaei.org online and see all that the organization does. They have all different levels of membership, including student membership. Second thing to do is to join your local IAEI chapter. My mentor, John Whitney, dragged me kicking and screaming to my first IAEI meeting. I had no time in my busy schedule of raising 5 kids and working, running my own business. I had no time to attend any kind of meetings and had no desire to go. But that one move was the most career-changing and career-enhancing move I ever made. Well, you might say, what happened after that, Rich? Well, I continued on as an electrical inspector for the next 15 years or so for one of the best inspection agencies in the Philadelphia area, Middle Department Inspection Agency. At that first IAEI meeting John dragged me to, I met a person who has become a close friend for over 20 years, Mr. Mike Hofkin. We have presented many educational seminars together over the last 2 decades, and we had a blast and a good time while working together. He has advanced slowly but surely through the ranks, further than I went, and now he serves on the IAEI Board of Directors at the international level. When I retired from inspections at MDIA, I recommended Mike as the only person who could replace me. After managing the Philadelphia office for the last 10 years or so, Mike is stepping up once again. This Monday, he begins a new chapter as the lead regulatory engineer for United Laboratories, UL, as a rep for the Eastern States. If he didn't join the association, who knows where he would have ended up. And if I didn't listen to John Whitney and didn't join the IAEI, where would I be? 20 years ago, I opened up a full-time brick-and-mortar school that provides continuing education for licensed electrical contractors. And 20 years later, I'm still providing that service. I could not have asked for a better career than the one I have. Where are you going to end up? You'll never know, but you have to join an association in order to help you get there. Join the IAEI. Next association is the Electrical Association in your area. As I mentioned, here in the southeastern PA area, we are blessed to have the Electrical Association of Philadelphia. This is an organization that provides continuing education, contractor referrals, scholarships for higher learning, information on health insurance, monthly contractor meetings, a semi-annual electric expo trade show, and much more. You know, if there's not an electrical association per se in your area, you can always look up and join a local electrical contractors association. Look online to get more info. There are other associations out there also. Try looking up Women in Industry Group or the Women in Engineering Group. The Society of Women Engineers is another one. This group in 2020 awarded nearly 260 new and renewed scholarships valued at over $1 million. In Washington, D.C., there's a D.C. Web Women Group. Look up also Advancing Women in Engineering. This is a very popular group that, among other events, hosts a week-long event where each day the freshmen and sophomores can join walk-in Zoom sessions and speak to upperclassmen who will answer their questions. The majors they talk about include bioengineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and as well as about 10 other major disciplines. How about in your area? The Electrical Association of Chicago, for example, has a career center where their members can submit their resume and employers can look for new employees. The association offers summer internships to students with business, marketing, construction management, and electrical engineering majors to participate. They have a women's division in the Chicago Electrical Association of Chicago. They have a women's division whose purpose it is to bring together women who are employed by companies engaged in producing, distributing, studying, or publicizing any aspect of the electrical industry. And just as Director Sarah Hagee does with the Electrical Association of Philadelphia, the Chicago group provides educational programs as well as scholarship programs for students that are going into electrically related further education. And wait, there's more. Chicago also has a consulting engineer division. Houston, Texas, has an electric auto association. Minnesota, if you're in Minnesota, you can search www.electricalassociation.com. In New York, you can try www.aecnyc.com or www.nysaec.org. New Orleans, you can go to the Iaei NOLA, EANOLA.org. All our friends in Central Virginia, look up CVECA.com. Carolina has CarolinaSECA.org. California and Arizona have a group. Go and check out their activities on the www.goweca.com. Find out their information. So there's a lot of information to get you going and also to draw more people to our trade. And now you want to know where you go from here. Well, number one, as I told you, join Iaei. Number two, join your local association in order to network and meet people and advance your career further than you could ever do on your own. You feel free to email me and ask for advice, but for now, Van Wert out.